This Disney Money Saver is a very special collection and quite frankly is only available while supplies last. Let's start out with the Making Disney scrapbook pages. This is a remarkable collection because it is unusual for Disney to allow all of these characters to be in one book. If you think about it, you'll realize you never see the princesses with Mickey or Pooh with the princesses, let alone Toy Story, Alice in Wonderland, or any of the other favorites. Let me just look through this book. It has 68 sample page ideas, so those are going to be technique pages. 14 techniques are shown in those pages, 40 sheets of paper pizzazz papers. These are 8.5 by 11. That alone is a $19.60 value. You can see some of the examples on the front, but let me just open up the book. This book is a thick one. It is, I believe, 144 pages. Don't quote me on that. But as you can see, as we go through, we're going to see pocket pages. We're going to say splitting a page, brilliant borders, line up, dressing the die cuts. Yes, there they are in their Mickey hats. And some basic information, a little bit about paper piecing, and then we get on to the layouts. Now we do show you how to take these 8.5 by 11 papers and make them into 12 by 12 paper designs. So that's going to work, doing a 2-page spread, pulling elements from the background to embellish. And when you see something like this, we are going to get the patterns for those Mickey hands, so that's very fun. Let's see what else we have. Well, we're just going to go through lots of ideas and lots of techniques. Very fun to have. Now we're going to get into some lettering, as well as adding memorabilia to your pages, doing some fun flaps and doors. And you can see that that's going to be fun. All of the instructions, all of the patterns. Movable parts, so you're going to see Mickey going down a water slide, just like you might in the park. Also Pooh moving his hand. Again, all the patterns are inside. Now, let me get to, here are the patterns. You've got Tinkerbell, you've got Pinocchio, you've got Mickey, Pooh. Let's see, we've got Kanga, we've got some Toy Story, and then into the pages. Now, I'm just going to flip so that you can see. So we start with Pooh. We've got some wonderful pages that are nowhere else to be found. And as I said, we did have to get special permission from the Disney people to allow this book to happen. So, okay, we've got a nice rendition of Pooh, which is pretty hard to find these days. We've got all of the character with their signatures. Yes, they do have signatures. And then you can see Mickey and Friends. We've got some very fun pages, as you can see. By the way, that's called the Ta-Da Mickey. And there we go, colorful, bright, fun pages. Now we've got Toy Story, we have Pinocchio, we have Jungle Book. How neat is this? We have Little Mermaid. And then we get into the princesses, and we've got Dumbo, we have Alice in Wonderland, oh my goodness. And then we get into the parks with Toontown, with the Sleeping Beauty Castle. We've got Bambi, and then we've got some of the characters where you can cut them out. What a marvelous collection, but that's not all. Here we have the Disney Magic Kingdom book. This has 12 papers, 10 sheets, and then some cutouts. So you've got another of that castle, Toontown, many of the areas in Disneyland or Walt Disney World. We've got the train, we've got the It's a Small World magical, we've got Dumbo, we have the park, very fun. Now, if you remember when Disneyland opened, you had to have coupons, hence the term e-coupon ride. Well, we had to pull these out of our own personal collection because Disney didn't have any. So here you've got a sheet of what those tickets look like, and the best were e-coupon rides. We've got the fireworks over the castle every night at 9 o'clock. We have the Jungle Ride, and then we have all of the areas of Disneyland and Walt Disney World right there. What a precious collection. The Disney Princess Collection is another 8.5 by 11. There are 12 sheets 11 of pattern papers. You can see as I flip through the princesses, there are 2 pages for each princess. Fun that you can cut these patterns out into borders or leave them as they are. Here we go with Snow White. And let me see. Okay, Sleeping Beauty with the fairy godmothers up in the corner. And there we have with Ariel. And again, art, the princesses with their princes that you can cut out and place. The last is a 12 by 12 princess book, and it has 18 sheets. They are also designed for double page spread. That is actually a blue. It looks a little faded under the light, but when I hold it up, you can see how lovely that is. A little tricky to find, to show you the double page spreads as I open up the book, but you can see that there are 2. You've got lots of room for your photos, lots of room for journaling, and the princesses are there in the corners, or you've got the castle. How pretty, and they all have the sparkly stardust on them. That's just in the art. There isn't really glitter on the pages, but as you can see, there's just a lot of room for you to create the pages to be your very own. Here we have Pocahontas, and we have Belle, Beauty and the Beast, and then we have the last page. So you can see just a wonderful, very special collection, again, while supplies last.